shut this door nearly.
Why Waheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Waheguru Ji Ki Fateh. Thank you very much for joining us again on this Sunday evening for us to explore our collective journeys as we go along. So today we will look at where we are in the current climate, what's going on with us, and how things are unfolding. So the situation at the moment is such that we are in this space where the energy is peaking, as they say. Um, and with that, there are many changes that we're all experiencing. These changes tend to impact us at a psychological level. So, how do these energies impact us? Well, you will find volatility in emotional intensity, emotional reactions, ability, a level of how can I, actually, a level of nervousness, a level of concern, a level of instability, insecurity, and it may be very subtle, but it's starting to creep in to our everyday life. So as we go along with this energetic change, remember that the entire existence is like an ocean, and you and I and everything else is like waves and vibrations upon it. And as these vibrations and waves change, the impact becomes more apparent, etc. So stay grounded. That's really more important, because people are emotionally volatile, means that they're likely to project their emotional space upon others, which then creates conflict, which then creates disharmony. This creates disease. So it's really important for one to be mindful of this, to be present as best as they can be, and to be grounded, and to recognize that the words now, it's like there are things that can be done, um, and there are things that go beyond the limit that can't be undone. So, for example, you have a thought. You may mull over that thought. You may have an emotional intensity to do with that thought, and you may say it within yourself in your mind 100 times. But the moment you utter it, there is no going back. There is no taking back. And emotional projections can be like that. When we get ourselves into a situation where we become clouded with our own space that we're in, then this intensity can come through, be projected upon another, and immediately impact all sorts of situations. So being grounded, doing your meditation, doing heart coherence. So today the meditation we'll do is the heart meditation again. It's simply to allow ourselves to connect to that which maintains our stability, which maintains our sense of connectedness. And why stability? Well, our worldview, our sense of self, our reality, our understanding of reality is pretty much based on belief primarily, and then little snippets of experience. But majority of our worldview is belief based. And belief is no different from ignorance. It's just another way of looking at ignorance. So let me explain that. So we can believe that, something to be true, but not knowing it to be true. Yeah. So belief is that. Belief is that which you assume to be the case, but you don't actually know. So most religions, most systems, most trust, most political parties, most of your attachments, even your attachments, I would say, are based on beliefs. Your relationships are based on beliefs, which then have levels of experience with it. So you believe a person to be your child. You believe someone to be someone who loves you. You believe that. Now, yes, the fact that someone is genetically your child, biologically your child, is the experience, is the fact. But to believe that which is not true, that which you do not have the evidence and inquiry for, is really no difference than ignorance. And our belief systems are now becoming very, very much unstabilized, destabilized, whatever the word is. And so you can see now the changes in the financial sector, which we spoke about 3 months ago, or maybe 2 months ago. The finance, currency, banking, these kind of areas will start becoming more and more prominent in their instability and collapse. And this week we saw a major implosion in that crypto market, which is now starting to ripple out, and as anticipated, it will take a lot of current belief structures that we may have about who owns what, how money is used, perhaps never looked at, human trafficking or child trafficking, how banks, institutions, and very, very, very powerful organizations are basically a very, very sophisticated club of in maintaining power and wealth. And as the system begins to have the impact that it is now starting to have the impact on these structures that we had in trust, in banking, in whatever ownership, etc., will all be tested. And these tests that we will be going through, these tests that we'll be going through, unstabilize, destabilize us. And it's at this point we are likely to make decisions, become more unclear on what we need to do, because we are being forced into a situation of trying to make sense of things as they're falling apart. So, in this space, the best advice is to sit back and watch. Sit back and watch. For those people who can't afford their bills and the energy bills, how long, how many people can they take to court? How many people can they take out there, and push them through legal structures? How many? The system is limited. So the way things are going, there are so many various systematic issues that are starting to stack up, that the best advice is not to get too engaged in trying to stabilize when things are becoming unstable, to set back, to make sure that you ground yourself in what stabilizes you, whatever that may be. Whatever that may be. And if it means going to church, if it means going to your temple, if it means sitting, doing meditation, whatever, grounding yourself is important when everything else begins to shift. We will continue sharing whatever we feel seems to be working for us and working for the individuals who are we encounter at the center, um, because the concerns are now starting to become more apparent. And as a result, it's important to have communities. It's important to have communities not just to work together, but communities to speak together, to talk together, communities to have a discussion where these issues can be discussed. There is no censorship. Issues to do with corruptions can be discussed. The issues to do with the crisis can be discussed. And one thing you should always, 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 always keep in mind: there are still the same number of earthworms, the apples, number of trees, etc., etc. Everything remains as it is. The only reason we as human beings are being pushed towards these existential difficulties in our living with the energy crisis or with the pandemic or whatever, is simply to maintain control, but also it is artificially generated. That's the crux. Need to understand that. It is individuals who have assumed power or assumed that they are in power who make the decisions which impact you and I and everyone else, while that group, whoever they may be, seem to be kind of immune from this level of impact and severity it takes someone, just to meet their everyday cost of living. So, in these rather difficult times, patience is important. Compassion is absolutely critical. Where you have more than enough, share with others. Create communal groups where people can talk, people can discuss, and seek out that which works for you. When things become so unstable and volatile, then really this is what brings us to a very different space in which we begin to recognize one, the actual nature of life, how fragile and delicate it is. Two, we've come to our mortality, that tomorrow isn't guaranteed. Yeah, today is enough. And the third thing, because of these two, it allows us to invest our awareness in those things that cultivate a healthier us and a healthier social space around us. So the most important thing you can do for yourself is begin with yourself, continue on your path, meditation, become aware, aware, aware. Come out of those psychodramas as much as possible so the body doesn't get too affected, and cultivate a practice that that practice will become your anchor. And this is what allows us to navigate ourselves through the rough times and through the good times. So when the good times are here, which they shouldn't be too long, but when they are here, it's important to continue with the practice, because that practice is what enables us to grow, to evolve, and to navigate. So, to move into our practice today, we will do a little bit of heart coherence stuff. And the basic practice is quite simple, shouldn't take too long. We do a quick body scan, become aware of our chest, aware of our heart. So, it's heart focused. So, there are different focuses with meditation. Bear with me a moment. So there are different senses of awareness, right? So where you locate your awareness. So you can locate your awareness on the sound, say with mantra. So it's to do with the sound, and you then take it to the mind, and you take it a bit deeper, 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 and you using sound as a vehicle. Yeah, Shabad Guru Sortun Chela, as Guru Nanak tells us, who coincidentally we are celebrating um, the birth of Guru Nanak and his wisdom that he has showered upon humanity. So, to all those who know of Nanak, um, I share the joy and congratulations with birth of Nanak, Guru Nanak. So, with our heart-based meditation, it's a small body scan, become aware, um, and the difference between the heart-based and the sound or the breath-based is that wherever you locate your focus will have the effect. So the tree is contained in the seed, and the fruit is contained in the seed. Yeah, the fruit is contained in the seed, and the tree is contained in the seed. So if you choose the right seed, you will end up with the right fruit. So when we do breath meditation, that's a different seed. When we do mantra meditation, that's a different seed. When we do heart, that's a different seed. And then we can combine these together to create something quite unique. So in order to do that, we'll do a little body scan. So make sure your back is straight and upright, and your shoulders are pulled back. Bring your focus towards your chest and notice if it feels closed, tight, Or does it feel open? Or does it feel neutral? And just the intention to smile can help loosen that part of the body. So back is straight and upright, shoulders are pulled back, eyes are closed, mouth is closed, unless you can't breathe in through your nose. And bring your focus to your seat. Allow yourself to be held, to be supported, so you can relax a little bit. You can allow the flesh of your body to soften a little bit, to be held, locating yourself in the here and now. Okay? Using the heart's electromagnetic field to connect you to the earth's magnetic field. So holding you in place. All right, so we're going to start with our body scan first. And remember, the body scan can be also be used like a diagnostic tool to see what's going on with the body itself. So as you breathe in, bring your focus to yourself, noticing your body as a whole. And if you need to adjust it for comfort, please do so. And as you become aware of your body, you become aware of the sensations that are present within the body. So some of these sensations might be more dominant than others. So these sensations can be like a pain, it could be tightness, could be an itch, and they can be subtle or they can be intense. So just go through your body, scanning it from the top of your head, imagining a hula hoop that comes down, lightening up the body. And if you discover any sensation that draws your attention, simply locate it. You know where it is. Okay? Next breath in, bringing your focus now to the most dominant sensation where the body makes contact with whatever you're sitting on. And you will notice the pressure of the body against whatever you're sitting on creates sensation within your body. So bring your focus to those sensations. Your intention is simply to be present to yourself. As you breathe in, you bring your focus upwards so you become aware of your hips. As you breathe out, you become aware of your thighs. Remember any dominant sensation located. From your knees, you move downwards, scanning your calf muscles, your shin, moving towards your ankles. A deliberate process of becoming aware of ourselves. From your ankles, you move your focus to your feet. You notice the soles of your feet. And see if you can hold your awareness there. Always helps in grounding. If you're standing, bring your focus to the soles of your feet. It will always help with grounding. Next breath in, bring your focus now to the seat again. And notice that you are held in place. Locate yourself. The ground beneath is the only ground that can hold you. You can't be anywhere else. The air and the temperature that surrounds you is the only temperature and air that can surround you, allowing you to draw breath from the air that's in front of you. You can't breathe the air I'm breathing, I can't breathe the air you're breathing. Becoming located. And geographically, wherever you are, in a room, in a house, within a compound, a garden, a town, a city, the country, the globe, the solar system, the galaxy, and then the universe. Locating yourself from your seat. As you breathe in, bring your focus up your back, moving towards your middle back, gently moving up towards your shoulder blades, shoulders. And then from your shoulders, if you bring your focus down towards your elbows, from your elbows to your wrists, notice the palms of your hands. Notice the fingers of your hands. And then bringing your focus towards your eyes. Having taken a few minutes just to become present to the body, this remarkable vehicle that keeps going day in, day out. Notice that the eyes are closed. Scan round your eyes. And then becoming aware of the fact that you have awareness of darkness. That even though your eyes are closed, you can still see. Here we just see the darkness, the back of the eyelids. As you breathe out, allow this part of the body to soften and relax. Next breath in, you move your focus towards your mouth. Notice the sensations within your mouth. On your tongue. Allow your tongue to soften. And then as you breathe out, allow your face to soften. Next breath in. Becoming aware of your whole body as best as you can. Notice anything that's dominant. Notice what's going on within you. What thoughts are dominant, if any? And how do you feel within yourself? Quick check it. Mapping our state of being. And now bringing our focus just beneath our nose, begin to watch your breath. Allow your breath to breathe by itself. Now you're going to move into rhythmic breathing. What this means is as you breathe in, you mentally count 1 to 6. As you breathe out, you count 1 to 6. So it takes around 6 seconds for the breath to move in. And it takes about 6 seconds for the breath to move out. See if we can maintain that pattern. Gently bringing the palms of your hands, placing them across your chest. Left hand for men first, right hand for women. And as your breath goes in, your chest moves out, you count 1 to 6. And as your chest relaxes and the breath goes out, you count 1 to 6. 6 seconds for the breath to move in, 6 seconds for the breath to move out. Hold your focus on the sensation now where the palm of your hand makes contact with your chest. Still maintaining the count on the breath. Our focus is on the palm, the contact where the palm makes with the chest. Feel the heat. Still maintaining the count. 1 to 6 on the breath in, 1 to 6 on the breath out. And now what we're going to do is we're going to see if we can slow our breath down by 1 second. So we can count 1 to 7 on the breath in, 1 to 7 on the breath out. Deliberately slowing our breath down as best as we can. Don't struggle. One to 7 on the breath in, 1 to 7 on the breath out. Your focus is at your chest. Heart-focused meditation. 1 to 7 on the breath in, 1 to 7 on the breath out. And we're going to slow the breath down just once more. And here we're going to slow the breath as best as you can to whatever's comfortable for you. And for guidance, we can use 1 to 8 on the breath in, 1 to 8 on the breath out. Or you use whatever's comfortable for you. Slowing your breath down as best as you can. Hold your focus, slowing your breath down as best as you can, as absolutely best as you can. Hold your focus, hold your focus. When you feel that your breath has slowed down enough, almost to a point of standstill, this is the signal. And at this moment, we bring something to our mind that generates gratitude, generates appreciation, love, or simply compassion. So, whatever brings that to your mind, a person, a place, a pet, bring it to your mind. And as you bring it to your mind, allow that feeling to emerge within the heart center. You begin to feel some sensation begin to change as you focus on that which brings gratitude, care, compassion, love, appreciation. Just the intention to smile can help generate this feeling. And as this feeling becomes prominent within the chest area, just a change in sensation, a little bit of warmth, this is your next signal. You slowly draw a slow, deep breath in, holding that breath as best as you can. And when you're ready, allow that breath to escape from your mouth. Allow the body to breathe by itself while you sit with that space. As you sit with yourself, notice any sensations that are present within the body. Notice how you feel within yourself. Simple meditation that has profound effects. And when you're ready in your own good time, you can open your eyes, but enjoy the space that you've created for yourself.